My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2. We're here in the Dimensional Portal to shape up against the Entropic Agony. Your units are heartless, and your deck is filled with dead weight. Can the power of Entropy lead you to victory? Now that is the Pyre of Entropy, which adds a Vengeful Shard to your deck after each battle, and you draw an additional card for every 2 black cards in your deck. And since we're on Covenant rank 5, we'll be starting with 2 Vengeful Shards, as well as the Mutator Heavy. 5 dead weights get added to your deck. Oh boy. We're going to be drawing a lot of dead weight. We also have Armchair General. Your champion enters with Sap 10 and Heartless, and Hollow. Friendly units gain Heartless. Madam Lion's Mane is going to be our lead, as well as Ekka's Witchweave in the follow. I suspect we're going to have to do a very minion-like strategy. They're not going to be especially helpful for us, because they're all heartless. Oh wait, it hasn't got the things applied yet. Seraphiturnus, Chosen of Savagery. Oh god, why is it always you? Thankfully, because we're not going through to a Titan in this run, we don't have to deal with Melee Weakness 2. There's 2 copies of Proliferate in the base deck, 1 Ember Consume, Propagate 2 on all units, 2 copies of Gravity as well, 1 Ember to deal 5 damage on New Moon, descend the unit, on Full Moon, ascend it, and then finally a Prickly Puffball, 1 Ember 2 size on Revenge, apply Decay 5 to Attacker. Is it going to show me the Heartless debuff at the moment, or do I have to look it up? I'm pretty sure Heartless just gives them Fragile. But I guess it's slightly possible I'm wrong about that. Can I search the word Heartless? Nope. Well, we'll just have to see in the first fight. Do any of you... Ooh. I've only got 1 relic undiscovered. And I'm pretty sure I remember what that one is. It's like a circle and it's got 3 circles inside. Don't remember what it does, but it's that, I think. Alright. I'll find out what Heartless is in the first fight then. Oh yeah. Shroom units apply Decay 1 to enemy units on summon. Absolutely. Incant to spawn 1, or ability Man-Eating. Apply Sap 2 and Decay 5 to a unit. I like Man-Eating here. Incant summoning Shroom, though, that will also then trigger Sap Suckling Spring. And also, obviously, defend our unit. Gives us something to do with all of our Witchweaves. Yeah. Let's actually go Everbloom, I think. I think we'll ultimately be able to get much more out of it if we end up focusing on Incant and 0-cost spells. So because of the 2 Vengeful Shards and 5 dead weights, we will be drawing a default of 7 cards a turn already. Oh, Heartlesses just cannot be healed? Oh, this is a lot easier than I thought it was. I was ready for all of our units to be fragile. Oh, we'll be a-okay. No worries about this. I can Full Moon Ascend you out of this floor. But realistically, I want you to take as much damage to Decay as possible, so I want you to be on as many rounds as you possibly can. Throw a Spear Steward and Witchweave on that next floor, taking out most of it. A single Spore Touch will be enough to get that line down. I can Proliferate to increase the size of the fungi by 2, but it only gets to the same point that it still ends up dying to all of the enemies there. So instead I'll just finish the Spore Touch on the next enemy. Witchweave's not capable of healing, but it still swarms a fungi. I'll even proliferate to increase the size of that stack. That'll do it. That's enough sap and decay on the boss that it doesn't really get to do anything to us before the end of the round. Alright, I think we've made good decisions so far. I think we will be an incant deck. Mushroom Cloud. 1 Ember consumed. Sacrifice a fungi in order to deal 10 damage and apply Decay 10 to enemy units. Good range on that. Decay 10 is also really good. Also, being able to remove the consume from this by having access to it early, going to a Merchant of Magic. I like the idea of being able to use Mushroom Cloud very effectively. And an incant deck will do it. Celestial Storm, 3 Ember to deal 10 damage to enemy units on full moon that is attuned. We don't really have a lot of control over full moon at the moment. Moon Pixie, 1 Ember Conduit, 1 size, enchant, grant 3 Conduit. We can get a lot of magic power out of that. Thing is, we need to find a way to get a frontliner that is defended without having to heal. And that's a little bit tough. I do think Fae makes sense in this deck, especially if I can give it dualism. Lunar Coven Banner and Merchant of Steel versus Under Legion, Merchant of Magic. Merchant of Magic, Under Legion in the next area. I'll take Merchant of Steel with the Lunar Coven. Dualism, there's dualism, hello. Also some Conduit available. Shade Guard. On resolve, if it is New Moon, gain 10, 15. It's also the Astrologer. On Moon Cycle, gain 5 additional damage. I don't think I'll be going with the Astrologer. I think Shade Guard's probably also not a great choice for us. Oh, man. I think I just take Shade Guard. I'm not happy about it, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to one-size you. I'm going to give dualism to the Moon Pixie. Conduit 5. I could also give that to the Moon Pixie. Yeah. Because that gets duped by the dualism. 14 additional damage. I don't think that's relevant or essential right now. So our bottom line now becomes Shade Guard, Moon Pixie gets played when it can, and Madam Lion's Mane. Obviously, as well as a fun guy every other turn. Yeah. It's okay. Start a battle, enemy units appear on each floor, with Ominous Acolytes that are healing? Yeah, I can do that. Throw a quickly pop ball up there, and then set up on the bottom line still. You can Witch Weave at the boss. Uh-huh. That'll have to do. I do think the main reason to play Proliferate early is just to increase the stack size of our own troops at the moment. Which we have to get the one target that I couldn't take down. Oh wow, all that Conduit can get proliferated as well. Sick. Sure, let's get a Spear Stewer down on this floor as well. Help pump in more damage. Oh man, all of these spells are so good. Unfortunately, I will be ascending the Sloven Knight out of the floor rather than taking care of them if I actually use them. That said, as long as I defeat the boss on the bottom line, we'll be a-okay. So we'll use as many spells as we possibly can down here. Don't really want to throw the decay on my own units, so that'll have to do. Yeah, Witchweave does 41 damage by itself. Nice. Do think it's important we kill the backliner before they actually get to go. Unfortunately, we'll be taking 10 damage to the pyre because that Sloven Knight is going to be able to get past us. Because I'm not going to be able to kill on the bottom line. Pretty close, though. I think we've got this one. Easy. I need these spells upgraded pretty badly. Infectory. Spawn 1 when a unit without troop dies. Very good for the bottom floor, just for triggering the Sapsuckling Spring a bunch of times. There's a lot of things I would also be comfortable using as a room on the bottom floor, though. Proliferate's also really good. I'm going to take another copy of Proliferate. Meddler. So with the Meddler, we would be able to put it on a safe floor and just guarantee that Shade Guard is set up each turn, which I think we just have to do that, even though I don't really want to. Spell Chain, you say? Spell Chain's an incredible pickup because it's just an extra spell. It's a free spell. I mean, casting Mushroom Cloud would give me another fun guy on the bottom floor. It's just I have to play a spell first. It's also a lot of times going to be in excess to requirement. Give Proliferate the spell chain. I think I might even cost reduce it. It's an incredible dupe target now. Plus 10 damage to a single card in the stack. I think I probably save that money. Spore Launcher, hello. On Rally, which is when I summon a troop, apply Decay 2 to enemy units. So it's just more Sapsuckling Spring power, basically. So my health defense on the bottom line ultimately becomes just having a lot of troops down there. So what, Shade Guard and Spore Launcher get played on the opening turn. Spore Launcher to defend Madam Lion's Mane. And then Shade Guard on another line, ready to start defending Moon Pixie and Meddler when they come out. That gives all of the conduit to a different line than where I'm intending to cast the spells, just because this guy's 3 size, so how would I even manage it? I guess if I went Capacity for my first draw, my first relic, first boss relic. But I really want that to be energy. I don't think Spore Touch has Spore Touch. I don't think Shade Guard has a special legs here for us. But also Spore Launcher is a lot more decay damage to enemies on spellcast on the bottom line. I don't really care about the spell magic power on the bottom line as much. Okay, we'll take Spore Launcher. Celestial Alcove offers us Unnamed Tome of Overgrowth, Evergrowth rather. Give regen 3 and sap 3 to the same unit. Unfortunately, the regen won't be able to trigger because our units are heartless. Give Unstable 50 and reanimate 1 to a unit. It will be revived with 1 health. I assume that bypasses, that's not considered a heal, so it would be okay. I think the Stygian Guard is definitely what we take regardless. Alright, Archeon. You push units at the front to the back. That's going to be pretty bad for the fungi. I'm going to have to find a way to get rid of my own stack of them. So there's that Moon Pixie. Get 1 Witch Weave on the front line, then Mushroom Cloud. Summons another guy for us. Already pretty ahead on this line. This guy's already dead. Do I want to summon another troop, or do I want to Spore Touch the boss? Hell, I might Unnamed Tome the boss, actually. Prevent you from pushing units back so that you don't disorganize our squad. And I do think the additional fungi on the bottom line is going to be important. Do think summoning additional units on top line just to be ready sounds good. Also, Proliferate now extends the mute on Archeon. So pretty happy about that too. If it's New Moon, great. So playing the Meddler will now phase it into New Moon, and then next turn I can hit the Meddler's ability to phase it back into New Moon, so the Shade Guard gets to grow both times. And realistically, I think I just save the 2 higher damage here and just play my double Proliferate on the bottom line. It's New Moon again. Get him, Shade Guard. Gotta have some good sized stacks down here on the bottom line. Okay, that's seeming a lot better. 31 decay on the boss. Now I don't even really need to do a huge amount of damage to them. I can just watch them die to that decay. Nice. Mitosis Cap. Gain a permanent copy of this unit. Cannot be equipped to champion units or cardless units. The thing is, like, if I get something like one of those mushroom units that when you summon it, it just does an effect on the field, like sap all enemy units or apply decay to all enemy units, things like that, then both I want that unit to die, but I also want it to survive with mitosis cap on it. A little conflicted there. Duality, realistically, Duality loses a lot of its value when it's only deal 10 damage attuned because it can't restore health to friendlies. Coven Spike, 3x Conduit on a unit. Not especially relevant. I'm going to take the mitosis cap just in case I can use it well. I mean, Cluster Kernel, Amorous, and Noki, it's really hard to... That happens on Resolve? It's really hard to argue that getting a Cluster Kernel here isn't a good idea. But now I have 2 Killing Floors. So one of them is just Spore Launcher with the Cluster Kernel behind. And then another one of the floors is Shade Guard, Lion's Mane, Moon Pixie, theoretically Meddler, and then additional incants on that floor. I want Madam Lion's Mane and Spore Launcher on the same floor, but I just can't justify it until I get a Mini Stone on Spore Launcher. Amorous Anoki's right out. I think this one's absolutely energy. I think it's energy, and then I have to debate whether or not I go capacity for the next one. Merchant of Trinkets with additional money. Getting another Moon Pixie's nice if I really care about my Conduit, but the thing is I don't really care about my Conduit. Merchant of Steel's really nice if I hit Titanite for Shade Guard or Spore Launcher, if I hit Large Stone for Shade Guard, if I hit Mini Stone for Spore Launcher. Other than that, a lot of it is very low in value for us. I think I'm going to take the event and the trinkets. Oh, wow. Guild Marker. Merchant costs are reduced by 25%. Given that we're on Ring 4, I can absolutely take this and find value before the end of the run. And then there's also the Golden Idol. Trial Gold rewards are increased by 50%. And then another 25% in effective buying power, courtesy of our Guild Marker. I'll take that. This is an investment in the future, though. I really wish I was getting power now. Everbloom 2 would be on Etch, Spawn 2. And I do have a fair amount of Consume cards in this deck. Consume Tome, Proliferate, and the Mushroom Cloud. However, there's also Spore Singer. On action, apply Decay 1 to enemy units, which, okay, is not especially relevant, but the text is, when a unit gains Decay, it gains 2 additional stacks, which means that Spore Singer causes Sap Suckling Spring to do 3 Decay. I have to take that. Now I don't even know what lines I run anymore. Oh, God. Heal fire to full health and gain 25 additional health, or Unstable Shard. I can't do Unstable Shard. I desperately wish I could do Unstable Shard. It gives additional health to my units. I'd love them to have additional health. But the thing is, all it takes is a gentle breath in my direction in order to kill me. And the fact of the matter is we have 5 Henschel Shards in the deck. It's entirely likely I end up just dying to that. Merchant of Trinkets allows us to remove a card from the deck, but it's worth noting every card that's not a curse in my deck is spacing out the curses. So, a little harder to justify removing him. Non-boss enemy units gain multi-strike. That, admittedly, will be really annoying. Still have to do it because it's 400 gold, and that 400 gold spends like 500 gold. Okay, so Spore Launcher wants to be with Cluster Kernel, but Madam Lion's main just needs pretty much any defender. Madam Lion's main behind Spore Launcher is obviously the absolute best version of it. Because it summons its own defense in real time rather than responsively. Like on the first round, Spore Launcher and Cluster Kernel, the enemies just hit Spore Launcher, right? And then the next round, Cluster Kernel resolves, spawns 4, and it's different. But I think I have to go Madam Lion's main Spore Launcher. And probably Shade Guard, Cluster Kernel. I don't have enough Witch Weaves to kill the backline right now, but I can just Gravity you to death. Then Witch Weave, summon, Witch Weave, summon. I do want to play out Spear Steward, ideally. I think I want to play out the rest of these Proliferates, get myself a stack of Fungi that won't leave. That's 87 decay now on the Ravenous Zealot. You are taking 261 damage at the end of the turn. Every time I summon a Spore, it does 3 and 4. It does 7 decay to all enemy units. I strongly suspect we will end up going capacity as well. I don't think Meddler's going to be important. I do think Moonfake could. Do I Mitosis Cap for another Cluster Kernel? Like, one line just being Spore Launcher with 2 Cluster Kernels behind it would be pretty sick. The Rage Wings are going to be really, really difficult. As long as... If I don't take the Rage Wings out with spells, they're going to just shred us. You need to have a lot of spells to deal with that. This bottom line's also a pretty tough position to be in. I suspect I should probably throw the Unnamed Tome at them. Just to give myself another cast. I don't think Mitosis Cap on the Cluster Kernel. Like, it's great if I wasn't versing the Savagery. If I wasn't versing Savagery, it'd be very good. But I am versing Savagery. I'm not going to play it on anyone. Witch Weave hits the bottom line. Mushroom Cloud then kills them all. Follow up with Scent for the enemy. Proliferate. Throw a Vengeful Shard away. many spells as I can possibly cast on the bottom line. Then the rest of these don't really get to do anything. It's important I get as much value out of this turn as possible, because the rest of the run is going to have a lot of harder times. Mitosis Cap for some additional HP on this line, because that'll be fine. I think we're okay. I think the next floor has got it. Yeah, the decay on the boss is significant enough. We're dealing 35 with each of these. I'm not going to ascend you past this floor, thank you. Yeah, get enough decay on the bottom line, we'll be okay. Cheery Death Cap. It's exactly the kind of card I was looking for. Grow Room's also really good. All units propagate 1 at the end of the turn. Mulch. Consume. Draw an additional card next turn for every 15 cards in your deck. Draw 1 more. Now, the problem with this is that I'm already drawing 10 cards a turn. I'll be taking the Cheery Death Cap. Planetarium, grant friendly units conduit 5. Glittering Draft restores health. Nope, that's not going to happen. Moonbeam deals 20 damage to the front enemy X times. I think this one could just be money for us. Merchant of Steel, Hersal Sword, Merchant of Magic. I mean, Merchant of Magic is really important. Merchant of Steel's also pretty good. Cheer Death Cap, get Endless. Shade Guard Titanite. Spore Launcher Mini Stone. I think I will actually have to take that. We do get the Mini Stone, that's sick. Mini Stone Spore Launcher, you're small now. And then I can Large Stone you. Now you are Smarge. So that gives us the ability to throw bottom line with Spore Launcher, Cluster Kernel, and Madam Lion's Mane. So much better. I feel like I should probably take these upgrades. Just give Prickly Buff Ball plus 20 health. Conduit, that's relevant. I'll take the reroll. Wait, Dualism. Dualism on Cheery Death Cap? Summon it to apply Decay 14? I mean, I do like that. That would be a great way to deal with the bottom line. It's just I also have to either get additional copies of that with Mitosis Cap or give it Endless or something like that. Quick and plus 10. Not really how we resolve things. Start a turn off, friendly units propagate 1. Shroom units gain regen 1 on Harvest would be nice, except we can't heal, so Shroomponics obviously. Another Shade Garden and an Astrologer. Thank you, but no thank you. I do want to use my energy effectively here and remove cards from the deck and stuff like that, but I also think, probably don't want to do that. I'll give 14 additional damage to the Cluster Kernel, and then I think I'll leave. Front non-boss enemy in each wave gains Rianamate. That's only 225? With the Golden Idol? Suppose. So gaining Reanimate 1 basically just needs on the next floor, I'm going to have to hit it with a spell in order to finish it off. That's all it really means to us. Spore Launcher. Madam Lion's Mane and the Cluster Kernel. We'll set up Shade Guard to start protecting additional units. Actually, give me a moment here. I'll slightly restart that. I think that Shade Guard should probably go on the top line. This is born of the recognition that if I have a bunch of decay on enemies and they reanimated, they're going to come to this line and I can just let them die to the decay again. Start of turn, apply 7 decay to all enemies. You got your incant stop incant thing. I'm going to play the Cheery Deathcap on the top line defended. It's an incredible unit, but realistically, I want more of them in the deck in order to actually be able to utilize them. No need to let any of that happen. Little mitosis cap for our Cheery Death Cap. And heck, I'll throw a Meddler up there as well. Shade Guard now he's growing larger. Do I throw the additional Proliferate down here? I think I do. 500/500s are certainly like my biggest concern at the moment, but seeing as I'm sending enemies up taking 171 damage a turn, 171, 171, 171, that's 500, baby. That's the number we were looking for. That'll all do. Face back to New Moon, so the Shade Guard gets some growing. A lot of reanimate. And it's done. Thanks to the action from Spore Singer, Madam Lion's Mane, we're also adding additional decay during this resolution. More of the shroom units that you just want to summon. Sick. Wax Cap, summon. Apply Sat 3 to enemy units. Love it. I also like Mushroom Cloud cycling through this deck because it's the ability to kill the Rage Wings before they get to do anything, which is pretty important. I think I should take the Mushroom Cloud. Phase X times Supply X Conduit. No. I don't phase. Littering Grot and Planetarium. I'll take money instead, thank you. Okay, Merchant of Trinkets with the Forgotten Boons next to it. And this amount of money. Create an ephemeral copy of the first Belly Blade each turn. Yes. Create a permanent copy of the first Consume card played each battle. If that just gives me additional copies of either the Mushroom Clouds, which is fine, or this Proliferate with the Consume spell chain on it, incredible. Advance the back enemy unit when it enters your train. I'm not especially good at just dealing damage to the front enemy unit, so that's not going to be especially relevant to us. First time each turn it becomes, oh my god, the first time each turn, a spell card with Consumer's Blade, draw 1. Love it. On turn start, spawn 1, per floor for each 20 cards in your on each floor rather per 20 cards in your deck. So that's spawn 2. First time each turn it becomes new moon. Gain a ember. Sorry, that's full moon actually. Too excited to read. Ah, it's this event. Large mystery box is irrelevant. I'm going to be drawing 10 cards a turn. It won't be able to add things to my hand. 3 spells into a small gift box, noting it is a card with consume, and we just got Emoc Tome, create an ephemeral copy of the first spell you play each turn, and Twin Minds, create a permanent copy of the first consume card you play each turn. I think it's really important that I just throw my best cards in here. I'm going to pop a Proliferate, a Unnamed Tome, and a Witch Weave in there. Just another 0-cost spell, basically. Another Proliferate? Probably another Proliferate's even more important. I don't want to get below 40 cards, because I do want to be spawning 2 Mycelium each turn. And that's at the start of the turn as well, which means it rallies on the first turn. That's so huge. Already? Oh my god, already as well! There's the small gift box. Not only do I get to play it twice here, I also get an additional permanent copy of it. Oh god. Let's get Meddler out of hand. I'll play a Vengeful Shard 3 times so that now I can play small gift box. It adds 2 additional small gift boxes to my hand as well. I'm gonna mute the boss because I've got a lot of mutes. Let's proliferate a couple times on the bottom line. This is gaining a bunch of additional troop stacks while it's doing it. This one's an additional copy, so I can just let this cycle if I want. Cool. So that is 435 damage for each of the enemies at the start. I think that's good. I think that'll do. The timing is so good with the Twisting Mycelium. It's so good. I'm going to throw this Cheery Deathcap in another defensive position. I'm going to take Capacity after this so that I can also throw Cheery Deathcaps on the bottom line. So you're ready for a Mitosis Shroud. They don't need more decay. I need to keep my HP. Every single one matters, as it turns out. Mushroom Cloud's so good. So good. Welcome back to the top line, friend. What are you intending to do over here? Hit him with the Mushroom Cloud because it can, and again because I still can. It's a very small gift box. Let's open it now. And it gets another copy in hand because that's how that works. Oh boy. Do I... It doesn't do a bunch of... It doesn't do much effect unless it's actually played on the same floor as our Madam Lion's Mane. But that's okay. I'm also going to throw away the Frozen card because it's not just beneficial for me, it actually does block a draw next turn. Gotta get ready of the... Gotta get rid of the damage in hand on us. Oh, you got some spikes! Oh no! What are we gonna do? The boss has spikes, it's only gonna die at the end of the turn. More consistent ability to apply sap would be lovely. Consistent, so that previous mushroom that gets to play once doesn't count. I'm looking for consistency. Ugh. Mooncycle stuff. I don't mooncycle that much. Coven Spike. I think I take Coven Spike literally just so that my Witch Weaves on the bottom line have a little more reach. Possibly could be helpful against the Rage Wings. And my Toaster's Cap, I already have exactly as many copies as I need of that in the deck. Empyrean Well, Forgotten Boons, Merchant of Arms. Admittedly, I don't need the Empyrean Well right now because I would be duping the small gift box, which is already in the deck. I think it's probably a good idea to look at Merchant of Steel. On Etch Spawn 2, that's huge because... oh, that triples our impact, basically. Because a lot of my cards do Etch. Oh, Zone of Silence. Not silence to non-boss enemy units. I mean, I like Zone of Silence. The only thing is the Rage Wings don't care. The Rage Wings are there to beat my ass down. They don't care whether or not they're silenced about it. So the thing that's actually the dead block in this run, that's irrelevant against. Dualism and Largestone? I mean, look, I can Largestone the other Shade Guard, and there's no good reason not to. Can't give double Dualism to a thing, but I can Dualism to a Prickly Bubble and then throw you on the bottom line, which, yeah, sure. But also, I could just give you 20 additional health and throw you on the bottom line. It's probably a lot better. Dualism doesn't seem especially good right here. I will reroll. Tight Knight. Unfortunately, I've already given up on what Tight Knight could be good at. And Multi-Strike, also not especially useful here. I'm going to take Conduit 5 and let Cluster Kernel have that. That's just so that the bottom line has the ability to hit 5 damage Witch Weaves. Strength Stone, Titan Stone, Frenzy Stone. I mean, I could throw Strength Stone and Frenzy Stone both on the same unit, but it's basically entirely irrelevant. I think I just save that money for more trinkets in endgame, as well as upgrades at the Merchant of Magic, which is really relevant. Right, no boss enemy in each wave, gains Reanimate. This should be okay. I can't incant the boss that much. Well, actually, I can incant the boss a lot, because as long as I get enough decay on them, it doesn't really matter. Also, I can just hold my Unnamed Tome. and be fine at the right time, which I think I'll probably do that. Big old cheery death cap. Now, small gift box gives me 2 additional copies of the small gift box, as well as this unnamed tome. Couple copies there. I'm gonna use these tomes just to rally additional minions because they consume, and then that consumes. We're gonna get so many fungi by the end of this round. I can leave this other small gift box in the deck at the moment rather than cycling it. I think I should, because I do want the unnamed tome from it, but I also don't want to draw choke on every hand. So I'll wait until the next time that I see it to actually use it. There's the mitosis cap. I can get another copy of this cheery death cap. I think I probably should as well, actually. No need to let myself take that damage. At turn start. Wait, is it? How do I have 3 decay on this line? Oh, because it started turn friendly units propagate 1, gave me 1 more troop from the fungi stack, so I got 3 fungi, which gave 3 decay to the collector, immediately killing it. Sick. Throw cheery death cap on the bottom line. Meddler can hit the top. Sets up the new moon appropriately for Shade Guard. I mean, I should just be getting additional copies of Witch Weave so that I can cast additional spells. It's much more impactful. So much decay. Alright. Drop prickles on that field. Time to get out our first of the small boxes, because I have another copy of it, thanks to the emote tome, which is so ridiculous. It's so powerful. Give me another one, thank you. Just keep on proliferating if you could, buddy. I want to have a billion, trillion conduit down here. And more realistically, 819 damage on all enemies at the end of the round of combat. Meddler medals. Oh, we got 3 waves until the boss comes out. It really feels like the boss should be here right now. Thank you for the additional copy of the small gift box that I had cycling through the deck there. That's another tome for us, and another bunch of proliferates. What's that, 133 troops now? Sick. don't even have time. They don't even have time to show all of the debuffs that they took before they die to them. Alrighty. Then unnamed tome. Twice. Mushroom Cloud. Which we? Just anything to get him. That'll do it. Metal one more time because we can. Cast one more spell because we can, and then watch the boss become eviscerated. $600. Another Mushroom Cloud or a Wax Cap now. Wax Caps. See, both of them deal with both of them deal with Rage Wing. I'm gonna take Mushroom Cloud. Moonlit Glaive. Mage Blade 3, that's fun. That's a really good piece of equipment for the top floor if the top floor really needs it. I think I take it. Given how much conduit they're all gonna have up there. Increases healing from, at the end of the turn, if it's full moon, spells in hand gain 10 magic power. Not especially relevant, but probably more relevant than 105 gold right now. Cards in, nope, there's no more of those. On deployment phase, draw a room card from your deck, reduce its cost to 0. If I had a single room card in the deck, I would take that. Train Stewards gain the boom ability. I probably want to remove those from the deck. When you play 3 different cards in a turn, draw 1, gain 1. Alright, Merchant Magic. It's your turn to wow me. Give Spell Chain to one of these small gift boxes. The problem with the small gift box getting Spell Chain here is it doesn't actually save us against the primary enemy that I have to worry about right now. But also giving Spell Chain to a damage spell doesn't save me either, because it's in excess of requirement. Like the first Mushroom Cloud kills the enemy, the Rage Wings, and then the second one can't do anything. Negative cost of Mushroom Cloud. I think I probably want to Permafrost a Witch Weave, just so I have one to hold in hand for the right time. I'll send Magic Pound at the same Witch Weave, I think. Reroll. Holdover. Give Holdover to one of the Witch Weaves, maybe. -2 and Consume. I do like consuming Spore Touches. Plus 20 magic power and consume. I do like consuming Witch Weaves now that I can confirm one every turn. Holy Stone heals at both X cost. Not especially relevant. Literally, my fire's on full health right now. Alright. I do want to remove cards from this deck. I can probably go a bit slap happy with removals here. I'm going to take out the slow damage in Spore Touches. And sure, there's no reason not to now put Holy Stone on the Coven Spike. If it becomes relevant, I'll eat my hat. I have a tiny little hat. It's made out of cake, so I'd love to be wrong here. I could use Prickly Puffball on the bottom line just to hold off for the first couple of waves. And then set up on the top floor instead. I think I do. I'd love to be summoning Shade Guard as well. Do I want that to be my incant floor? I guess I have to. It's simply a matter of, well, do you want to die to the Ragewing Assassins? No. Give the 15 additional health to the Prickly Puffball. Completely fine taking that. Cheery Deathcap Chump Block on this floor I like as well. And then I think I just start casting hard at Seraph. Because I can get a lot of spells out this turn. That a lot of spells translates into a lot of damage on you, buddy. You're now muted for 27 turns. You're taking 1.25 thousand damage every turn. Yeah, maybe the way we win this fight is we just completely bypass actually dealing with the bottom line. Or hell, any of the lines by just dealing so much damage to Seraph so early that it can't respond. Oh my god, Mushroom Cloud ready for the bottom line? Perfect. I think I throw another one. That decay is pretty strong on the bottom line. Witch weave. I've got my holdover Witch Weave coming back, so I don't have to worry. Emote Tome is so wild. God, oh. Oh god. I'm so glad to draw it. Let's drop Meddler on the top line. Maybe Cheery Deathgap for a chump blocker. And then surely it's time to just throw additional proliferates. Oh my god, I'm gonna use my gravity to descend you? I didn't even realize that was an option. Then, now that you're on this floor, get propagated. Oh, you know what? No, I'm gonna redo that turn. I'm gonna send you down immediately, and it's gonna be hell for you, buddy. Obviously not as my first spell. I don't want Emote Tome to copy that. Alright, now, where are you? Didn't I have a defense spell? Descend spell, rather? What happened? Where's gravity now? What? this one. I actually don't know where it went. Well. What a weird turn. You'll die next turn anyway. I don't have to work so hard for it. Oh my god. Play out the Vengeful Shard and Shade Guard for the top line so that I have enough space for... Wait, this... Hang on. No, I need slightly more space. There we go. Small gift box now. Spell chains as well as gives me another copy in hand. Oh no, I needed one more space in hand without playing a spell to be able to do that. Well, I'll have to settle for this then. Going incant nasty style on him. DK 823. Take 2,469 damage at the end of the turn. I don't know, I think it might be enough. We'll see. Alright, it seems like it was. Get another copy of the Puffball in our deck, and then completely end the run. No Titans to take on. Only 4 dimensional challenges left to go. Win the Entropic Agony dimensional challenge, says Malika's sidekick. Ah, right, because it's the Pyre of Entropy, and that is the force that Malika is representing in the world, I think, at the moment. Eh? Was my lead clan not... My lead clan was under Legion. I would have assumed that we would have a cutscene here at the end. We may start running out of those, it appears. For the moment, though, that's a successful jaunt in the Dimensional Portal, and my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train 2. Top left is the series playlist for all my content of the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. There above the thank tier, and a special thanks this episode to Disney Meow. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.